Welcome to the North Parish of North Andover, Unitarian Universalists. My name is Donna, and I'm a member of this beautiful parish. Our parish sits right across from Old Center, which is a historic Old Center of North Andover. Our original building was founded in 1645 by the Puritans who came here from England. The structure I'm standing in front of right now is our fifth meeting house, and it was built in 1836. Just recently, in 2014, our beautiful church was expanded to better meet the needs of the community. There's so much I can tell you about our church. For instance, we have an original Paul Revere bell that hangs in our steeple, and it's one of only 23 that's still in existence today. We're a welcoming congregation, as signified by our rainbow flag, and that means we welcome all sexual orientations and people of all gender identities. But what I'd really like to talk to you about today is our beautiful grounds. And Deb Putnam is here today to talk with us. She is a co-chair of the House and Grounds Committee, and she's one of the original designers of the garden. So let's go speak with Deb now. Hello, Deb.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
I'm great. So we're here today to talk about our beautiful garden.
Yep.
I have spent time here, but I'm wondering if others from the community have spent time here, and is it open to them?
It's interesting because one of the ways I describe it is it's a very private public space. Even though the gardens are on church property, they are open to anybody, and we welcome others to come by and come through the gardens. A lot of the neighbors say they walk through here as part of their walk every day. And so it is open to anybody to come down and appreciate them. But you don't see it from the road, so it's kind of a hidden treasure.
Definitely, it's just so beautiful. And now what about folks in wheelchairs or crutches?
One of the things that we were able to do with this building project we just finished was to rework the entryway into the gardens so that they are completely ADA compliant. So there's access to this area of the garden, and then from the Great Pond roadside, we have access to the lower gardens and the backyard as well. So that was a big piece for us in this last project to finish up all of our ADA compliance.
It's fabulous. It looks like a ton of work, and I know that you're a co-chair of the House and Grounds Committee,
Yeah.
an original designer of this garden. I'm just wondering, why you do it. It's a huge undertaking.
Well, it's an evolving story. There were actually two of us, Dick Wilson and I, in a project that we completed in 2008. Both had been coming with this vision of wanting to frame our new building and frame our space. We're both passionate gardeners, lifelong gardeners, and I think both of us approach gardening as a spiritual practice. Personally, it's a very creative outlet for me. It's meditative to be here and work, but it also is a wonderful way to take something that's a passion for us and to give that back to the community. And I think everybody who works in the gardens feels that this community, this church community, is such a gift that it's nice to be able to have something you can give back.
It sounds like it's maybe a principle in action.
Absolutely, absolutely. The design ideas behind the gardens were put together around creating sustainability. So even though it feels like that sometimes with some of the weeding we have to do, it's not fussy. Mm-hmm. We try to choose plants that are hardy, that are native where possible, that don't require a lot of additional water and fertilize. We weed the crabgrass by hand instead of using chemicals. Our church was certified as a natural wildlife habitat.
Really?
Yep, a number of years ago. Something we actually are in the process of recertifying with all the construction redo now. But that requires that you have shown you have places for little critters. All of those beings have a place here. The toads and the earthworms and the bunnies and even the sparrows who sometimes carry the bunnies away. That there's water, that there's shelter, that we're working on that whole principle of the interdependent web of life, which is certainly one of our tenets of the church. So it really has become a place for us to put our faith into action.
Oh, that's fabulous. Now, how do you maintain this? You mentioned that you come out here and weed. Are you the only one that's doing this?
Oh no, oh no, oh no. This year's been tough because, first off, we did have a bad winter and we had a lot of winter damage to take care of. But we have a whole little network of folks at different times when we've done installations and renovations in the garden. We've had people come in, we've had work days where we have crews who come in. And I think I've got some pictures I can share with you about that.
Great.
Iterations over the years. We also have a group called the Weekly Weeders who comes once a week. They're all on vacation today, but they come out and work tending the weeds, deadheading plants, doing some pruning, and in the fall there's always leaf cleanup. There are always a few plants.
There's always work to be done.
Always work to be done. Gardens are never done. They might be low maintenance, but there is no such thing as a no maintenance garden.
Well, you've done a fabulous job. It's such a beautiful space. I noticed down on the road, Great Pond Road,
Yep.
that there's some native plants. Is there something special going on down there?
That's a whole nother story we'll have to share with you.
Oh, okay.
This year, as part of the expansion, we have created, in cooperation with the North Andover Wildlife Team, we've created a pollinator way station. So we've begun planting the slope, which is actually town property, so the town's in on this too, with native pollinator plants that will provide sustenance and shelter for butterflies, for bees, for birds, and we will continue to add to that over time. So it looks a little untended and uncultivated, but there's actually a plan in place and we'll share that with you too. That'll be great.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful space.
Thanks,
and
Donna.
thanks for all that you do for the church.
Want to take a walk?
I'd love to.
Let's go.